Welcome back. We have Modashiro right here in the studio. Modashiro Shitu. Good morning. It's good to have you.
Yeah, good morning. It's good to be here, as
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic, right?
It's good. Good to know. Good to know you're doing
know you're
well
fine.
with everything, happening in the world right now. It's always good to know that our guests are doing just fine.
Absolutely. You know, before you came in, we were talking about disruption and all the sporting events and everything. But then the sports minister, Sunday Diary, is also trying to walk around and see what's really happening. And recently he had to, inspect, the MKO Stadium and all that, just still doing some jobs there. But then he said something concerning the athletes, that they must continue to train and keep in shape. And also when games start, not just the Olympics, of course, they're going to go back to their regular, tournaments and all that. Those that haven't qualified also need to start, getting ready for qualifications and all that.
Exactly.
So all they need to do is to keep training and just keep up.
Yeah, it's kudos to the sport minister. I think at this point in time, that's what they need. And beyond the COVID, even if there was no postponed because of the pandemic, a postponement of an event you've been preparing for a year can actually have an effect on one's life or one's mentality, because you're thinking by July you should be in a particular place. You understand? So that shows that he's actually keeping up to date with the mentality, the level, and to encourage them to continue, because that's what every other person is saying. A lot of these athletes, both international, has come out to say that they are okay with the postponement. They have no choice. But I think real deep down in them, using an example of somebody preparing for an exam being postponed, and you've prepared so well day and night training and all that, and they still have a side effect on them. And that's why the sport minister is doing so well to check on them, to make sure that this should not going to take them off the track. Some of them are trying to be the best. I don't know, Kadri is trying to make sure it goes beyond the quarterfinal that you are set in the last Olympic, the only African to have done that. With this is a setback, but I'm sure they're all in good mind and mentality. And I think it goes beyond the sport minister. I'm sure the federations, the president of the federation, in their own ways, are also trying to make sure that they keep in touch with all these athletes.
Let's listen to the sport minister now telling us, athletes continue to train and also will be taking part in 11 sports. Postponement will obviously not, postponement would not make Nigeria want to try and go for maybe 12 or 13 sporting events, but they're sticking with 11.
Yes, we've agreed to be 11 sports. We're going to stick to that. A couple of qualifiers are still pending. Not all of them have completed their qualifiers. About 7 have completed their qualifiers. Funds are already approved. As soon as they can go for the qualifiers when there's a stem in the COVID-19 spread, they will definitely. Don't also forget that preparing for the Olympics is a continuum. The athletes must continue to practice. Even as a ministry, as a country, we must continue to plan and strategize.
Absolutely. You heard that from the sports minister talking about that, so which is really key. I mean, he says we're sticking with 11. I was thinking, okay, we have time. Can we just increase the numbers? But then it's 11.
Yeah, I think it's 11 because they'll be preparing for the 11. And a postponement of the Olympics will not make you now add. That's a shorter time now to prepare, because they've been preparing for 11, if I'm not mistaken, 4 years ago. You understand? So if there's going to be a postponement to 2021, assuming they've been preparing 4 years ago, if there's going to be a postponement to 2021, that means you have only less than a year for the new additional sport. And I'm sure they're also looking at budget and all that to make sure that they get what they need to do, and that's concentration on sport rather than the normal everybody goes to what. But not those athletes. We appreciate that, because some also will want to be in the Olympics, but at least concentrating your resources in a particular one, I think that's what comes out of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say this issue of how many sports you are doing, and 11, I want to believe that they've analyzed things very well, and they know where Nigerians are likely to qualify for the Olympics. Because I repeat, if somebody qualifies for the Olympics has got the right to go there,
Of course, yeah.
regardless of.
Regardless if it's part of it or not. Everyone try. If you qualify,
quite- you've got
you
to
can
go.
go.
If
I'm
it's
sure
so-
that's what they've actually analyzed and
They
they came
have,
up with
surely.
that 11. All right, we have another guest that will be joining us from London, Abiodun Ilori. He's the CEO of Abbey Life Network. He will be joining us to also talk about disruption of sports in the UK. We know that he's also on lockdown, just like we are having in some states in Nigeria. Good morning. It's good to have you.
Good morning, guys. Hope you guys are good.
Yeah, we're doing well. How about you? How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm keeping fit. We bless God for everything.
That's really important. What is it like? I mean, sports, it's like everywhere is at a standstill right now, except in Belarus that we learned that, I mean, the sporting event is still going on because the president feels they just have about 94 cases. They can deal with that and all. In the UK, everywhere is at a standstill. What's it like presently?
Well, as far as everything goes here, you just have to love yourself enough to stay at home. Even though about a week ago or a week and a few days ago, some of the citizens went out to the beach because they felt they're tired staying at home, but the prime minister came back and clamped down on everybody heavily. Unfortunately, he himself got caught in the melee. He has contracted the virus, and that is a lesson for everybody. So you don't need to be told to stay at home, brother.
Okay. All right, I mean, which is really key here. Now, I mean, I read in some papers that the season might just end, be cut short. I mean, people actually saying that they don't have to continue with the season, should be cut short. Maybe the title should be given to Liverpool and all that. Because the estimate was April 30th and all, then later it was in June and all. So people are not really, they don't really know exactly when the season is going to start. What's your own opinion about this?
Well, this is sports. And this is the time policymakers will have to come up with a policy that will favor both sides. It should be a win-win situation. If you leave it with me, it's quite unfortunate that in the world of football, Liverpool are almost there, but they're just maybe 6 runs away from claiming the title ahead of time, just as if they know something is going to happen. But unfortunately, they are not there yet. So if anything will come up now, I will tend in the direction of the season being scrapped entirely, because what will happen to those who will be going on relegation and they know they can escape relegation at the end of the day? So it should be a win-win situation. As things stands now, I think the best bet is to just scrap the season and maybe have to apologize to Liverpool. Is their bad luck.
It was just, I mean,
I mean,
That's,
okay, Ty,
that is not funny. No,
it's fair.
carry on. That is
Okay,
not Liverpool
okay,
fans.
Liverpool fans will not be happy about this.
No
Now, they
way.
just have 2 games to win before they can win the title. And you're saying they should scrap the season and apologize to them. Now, they waited for 30 years for this opportunity, and it's just like so close, and yet so far.
Yeah, even though I can't hear the last question very well, but I heard something about you asking me why they should apologize to Liverpool. I'm not saying they should directly apologize to them. There is a way diplomacy works here. They will give them the reasons, and that reasons will explain or kind of be in place of apologies, because there is nothing anybody can do, man. Because if you start the season probably in June or July or August, which means we are already in the next season. So what are we talking about? So, and there is nothing we can. Had it been Liverpool had won the league on points, technically, yes, probably we can say, okay, Liverpool win the league, go with the title. Then those in relegation can go for a knockoff, whatever, amongst themselves, and that will help everybody. But unfortunately, nothing is clear yet. So it's better we start from the scrap, and Liverpool can just, understand what went wrong.
Very interesting. Well, we'll come back to you shortly, Abiodun. I want to ask you, Mudashiru. Yeah. I mean, put yourself in the shoes of a Liverpool fan. You've waited all these years, and you're so close, 6 points, and you'll be champions of the league. and this pandemic has come and is looking to rain on your parade, and Abiodun is suggesting the league has to be scrapped. He's not only the one to say that. As a matter of fact, Harry Kane yesterday as well too was saying if the league cannot be finished by the end of June, then it's got to be scrapped. And if you're a Liverpool fan, how are you taking all these talks right now?
Yeah, beyond me being a Liverpool fan, I guess that rules and regulations that governs these things, and in that rule and regulation, there should be a certain pace for unseen circumstance, obviously.
They didn't have that. They don't have it. The FA, they don't have that.
If the FA doesn't have it, it's going to be unfair, you understand, to say they should scrap the whole season and all that. There should be a particular reasons to give it to Liverpool beyond cancellation of the league, because all stakeholders are involved. I think the best has to be them, depending on when the pandemic is going to end. If the pandemic ends sooner than later, then we have to continue with the season, and let's make an adjustment or a quick fix to how the next season is going to start. So, but you just sitting down and saying that they should cancel the league is not going to be fair. That's just my own thought. Yeah. That's my own thought, because all stakeholders, the FAs, the owners of the clubs, will come together and deliberate on it. But nobody wants a deliberation whereby it's going to be cancelled.
Okay.
It's going to be cancelled.
What if Liverpool is handed the title and there will be no relegation and all that? What happened to this situation?
Look, in a country like this, there will be a lot of litigations.
Okay.
And I'm very sure there will be serious litigations from both left, right, and center, because even the club in the middle of the league can tell you they can win the league. So why give Liverpool the title? That's why people like me believe that, in as much as we don't want litigations up and down, or here and there, and we don't want the TV rights, those who actually brought in the money, to be faced with other problems, because they're already losing big time money now.
Absolutely.
Now, for me, the easiest way out is, guys, what do? Let them put it to vote. Let there be a club referendum to decide on what to do. And I am very sure nobody want to lose. It's better we start from ground zero. West Ham said it, few other clubs are saying it, because if you ask them to go into a knockoff stage in the relegation zone, they will still tell you that is not what the league is all about. We want to finish the league the way it ought to have been finished. As long as we can't handle that, then let's forget it. Let's just call it null and void season. Let's close 2020 and focus on 2021. The problem now is, how do you compensate Liverpool having gone that far and coming so close to claiming the title and taking it away from them? That would be very bad. But that is what natural calamities can cause. Unfortunately, no one prepared for this. No one envisaged this. From nowhere, it happened. We just have to wait for the policymakers to come up with their God's wisdom decision on this. But if you ask me, on and on again, knowing the kind of country we live in, litigations here and there, TV rights money, pay court cases, yeah. I think it's better to just scrap it and let's pick our dice from the floor.
Wow, that's a difficult one. Thank you so much, Abe, for taking our time to talk to us this morning. Stay safe.
Thank you very much, guys.
Well, scrap it. Now, let's. I'm not going to ask you because we're not discussing the Liverpool. Let's leave it out. We were talking about Ty. We were talking about how the sports minister is actually helping Nigerian athletes, despite the fact that the COVID-19 is everywhere. Let's listen to him, what he had to say to those athletes who are actually trying to stay at home, not doing anything.
What we have done as a ministry and as a country is to be in touch with each one of them, because we have a database to know what their plans are, to know what support they need. The Adopt an Athlete plan that we have, the funds are going to them. So we're happy that those funds can help them at this period when some of them cannot even make money from competitions. They're free to leverage on that. They can also look for indoor facilities where they can practice, they can pay to use those facilities. So there's a continuous engagement with our athletes.
All right, it's keeping tabs with them. Yeah, absolutely.
Very, very. I like that
the key,
a lot.
Yeah.
And the Adopt an Athletes campaign
Yeah.
It's good to know that the money is still flowing, and still going in. The pandemic hasn't stopped the funds from being transferred, according to the minister, to these athletes, and they might want to use it to train, because a lot of them can't even do anything right now. You know, they're professional athletes, but they're not working because of the pandemic.
And everything has been going on smoothly with this policy of adopt an athlete, and
Yeah.
we've been seeing some brands coming out to show that, and until this COVID-19 comes out to put a stop on everything. But this is a goodwill message to every Nigerian athletes, especially those that have qualified for the Olympics. And according to the IOC, they said those that have qualified will be participating, and there's still going to be room for those that are yet to qualify. But what good news coming from the IOC is that at least 50% of the athletes have qualified for the Olympics. So all qualifiers, wrestling qualifiers, table tennis qualifiers, because there's supposed to be a table tennis qualifier in Tunisia, to see whether all these things and all that took place, some did not take place, and it's a very, very good one. But there's going to be an after effect on 2021. A load of events talking about the Grand Slam and none of that thing. So let's just hope for the best.
All right, then. Hope for the best indeed. And we need to go on a break now. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the curious case of Belarus, where football is still going on despite the COVID-19 pandemic.